Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. So much is going on right now in the heavens, up above, as above, so below. There's great purification happening right now. There are major solar flares. It's just in this short time frame, even today on the 6th of September, there's been, I think, another outbursts of energy and emanations. And just after receiving and welcoming here on Earth the previous one from the cycle of the 31st of August and then reaching the Earth on the 2nd of September, it's like it feels we're in it for really immense times. So many people have said that entering the last quarter, so to say, of the 2012 year, which is going to be intense. And like my light sister always says, she says, I always knew it. We chose this, and now here we are. It's like I always felt these great changes. And, as these eruptions happen on the sun, there are changes on Earth, which always ends up, results in great seismic activity, such as earthquakes. There's been one really intense in the middle Americas, and also we have volcanic eruptions and so many other things, so you can imagine what these energies that are so intense are doing and causing auroras and the changes to the Earth's geomagnetical fields, what they're doing to our bodies. So that is why today I want to focus on speaking about the clearing of our lower three bodies, which is mental, emotional, and physical. And also I have to note, for those of you who maybe know the group, the Foundation of Children of the Sun, they're preparing another rites of passage. They're going to be occurring all the following weeks until the end of 2012. And I was doing the rites of passage last year, and there was a beautiful activation program available there, and all you have to do is register. And I'm going to read you the program before starting my video, and I'm talking more about this on my own. The rites of passage begin this September. I think it's September 23rd. Children of the Sun Foundation is co-creating a rites of passage program for all planetary light service in which to guide a 12-week group initiation into greater levels of unity consciousness and the genuine perceptual and experiential awareness of the self as God. As a resonant group, we have been preparing our life in order to make the necessary commitment to go the distance in this exponential passage. This is going to be one heaven of a ride, beloved avatars, so gather your ability to focus with supreme intensity as we rise to meet our divine destiny through these rites of passage. We are in the final preparation phase. To undergo these rites, it is highly recommended that you have an advanced level of control and balance over your three lower bodies, the physical body, the emotions, and the mind. This entails a demonstration of physical purity, having brought the needs and wants of the body under the dominion of your soul. The astral emotional body is limpid and calm, demonstrating the ability to maintain a state of harmony and balance in the face of adversity. In achieving control over the mental body, your thoughts are qualified by the divine presence within and demonstrate a higher level of stillness and inner quietude. Sorry about the noise. Anyway, this is something really beautiful. I'm really looking forward to this because these activations always come as very highly potent, highly charged frequencies to me, and I love doing them. And I haven't been a part of this the whole summer. So the thing is, I'm really looking forward to it. And as this Sister of Light asked me 2 days ago, I think, can we also participate in this, even if we don't, I don't know, have this total purification. No one on earth right now probably has this total purification achieved, because we all have not just going through our own challenges, we also have this written in the DNA, and we're healing a lot of the wounded energies that were here on the planet for so long, and a lot of us feel tired at times and just want to quit it all and just feel that it's really too intense at times. But this is what we've chosen, and a lot of the times it's really difficult. I know I'm going through that myself, and there's these ups and downs and waves and curves, and there's a spiral that keeps moving, and sometimes you just feel that there's just too much, this great intensity. But we're all here for each other, and this Children of the Sun group Foundation is just one of the support forums, I think, for many of us. So if your soul is guiding you to do these rites of passage, it's the right thing for you. If it's not, it's not. It's just, I wanted to tell you about, there's many amazing supports out there. Also, Lee Harris, you can check his channel on YouTube, made another beautiful September energy forecast video, and he also said you can gather all the support that you need right now at these turbulent times, because the energies will just keep increasing, you know, towards the end of the year and beyond. So we have to be prepared anyway. Okay, so my topic for today is, you know, having these lower bodies in a way more understood, you know, what they bring to you, how you are actually clearing these lower states, how you're assisting through that, why are they beneficial for your learning, and how we're actually doing the conscious clearing in order for, you know, to anchor more of our spiritual and to be divine love and light in action, to be that Godhead in action through each and every one of us. So fingers and fractions of consciousness, of the divine, split, all one, but split into these beautiful forms, formations, shapes that we are, and then being that love in action. Like I always say, I say that divine love in that body, embodied. So this is what we came to do. So before you can have that beautiful state of purity, that also Jesus was one of the masters who spoke of this. He said purity opens the key. He is the key to opening all gates to your soul and beyond. And to achieve this level, there's so many tools out there. Not tools, you know. I think this is really not an appropriate word, but so many invocations you can do, and sacred fire purification, of course, the violet rays of transmutation, transfiguration, and you can also have the platinum ray and invoke so many energies. But at the end, even though there's so much support out there, it will always come down to you. And you doing that clearing work, because you have to know we each came here in this body, chose a particular family that we will work in, and we will deal through the family karmic ties, even if we don't belong to that, you know, same group of souls. There's a lot of people who are star people, so to say, and people who've never been here and decided to embark upon this journey and take upon this work just because they can do it and they want to assist, because this planet is moving into another stage. So they could uplift humanity from that point that they get to offer service in such a way. It's not sacrifice, so to say, because through that they also get to grow, because we, in a way, we all serve each other, you know. There is no less and more here. We're all playing our beautiful parts. So we basically have our family heritage in our DNA. And what is happening on the planet right now is I'm sorry, the feminine energy is very strong. It's becoming more and more strong because it was imbalanced for so long. So now the feminine is really strong, and you can see that in the women who are really powerful, and they're rising and they're leading and they're really taking a stand, and they're really powerful. And I see this when I talk to a lot of sisters of light, and basically when we share stories with each other, we all kind of see that we are at this point in time of evolution of this planet, we are very much stronger than the masculine side, the polarity. You know, I was speaking about this also in my twin flame videos, and the dynamics and why the male experiences a certain runner syndrome. And when this is happening, it's kind of, the feminine is really rising up again to take a stand, to not be suppressed anymore. And this is coming out of our genes. It's natural. It's a natural process, because the restoration of the DNA and the original blueprints in all of us, the divine blueprints, you know, it's something that happens naturally. The sun that is making these outbursts of energy, it's just how it's all being unfolded, you know, how it's all being manifested. It's just, a sun is also a particular vehicle of this ascension. But we are going through it, the ones who get to create, in a way, this new form of existence here on Earth, new society. They get to do this. They get to participate. Not everyone is going to participate in this, because it is an intense process, because it involves so much of healing, which is basically holding, so much of self-remembrance, and the purification of all these three lower bodies. So the mental, which is the mind, the emotional side, these are the lower emotions, not feelings, you know, and of course the physical, which keeps being purified, not just through prana, you know, external prana, through the food that we eat and the beverages that we drink, but also through, really, like it said in the text, we have control over our body through our spirit. Our spirit fuses with our body, becomes one. Not that our body has control over us. For instance, through cravings and through not allowing the expression of the body in its fullness, through exercise, through dance, through being just, in a way, a lot of the people who are feeling sick, they have a feeling that their body limits them. For instance, when I was going through such experiences on my own, I really felt that this three-dimensional existence is very difficult and that I feel trapped in my body, that I can't do everything that I can really do in spirit. So when you're becoming your divine light embodied, what you're doing is you are overcoming these perceived obstacles. So your body is basically becoming more and more illuminated and therefore providing you with all the freedom. And it's no longer a limitation. So that is what the purification of all three bodies is about. The purification of the mental is your thoughts do no longer govern you. They do not, assist. They do not lead your life. You become the objective observer of your thoughts, and you consciously, through your spiritual self, get to select which ones you choose to choose your reality. The governance of the emotional means that also emotions don't govern your life. You don't dwell into the states of the lower emotions, and you don't feel victimized and traumatized, and you don't no longer feel a victim. And you don't feel that your emotions can overflow you to the degree that you don't have no longer control over your body. So this is all the part of an ascension journey, and that is what I feel is so important to speak about this. You will be guided through your soul directly how to achieve this, how to go through this. A lot of it has to deal with learning and mirroring each other through relationships, because when we are alone, we cannot always trigger this in ourselves. So a person will come along, maybe they will stay a longer time, maybe it will be a short relationship, maybe it will be a lifetime relationship. Basically, no one knows, because we're in the zone of not knowing in this ascension process, because the energies are changing so much. They're moving so fastly, we cannot know. It's not that you can go to a psychic and they can predict your future, till the end of your life. No more. People were so predictable in the past that, certain psychics were able to do that, and people actually really lived their lives that way. Not just because they thought that this is going to happen and they literally manifested it, but in a way now, everyone is moving up to the speed of this frequency, to this vibration. Everybody is rising in their frequency in a way, consciously or less consciously. But the thing is, the more consciously that you do this process and you really are aware of what's going on and when there's healing present and why you're going through certain relationships and what they trigger within you, the more conscious that you are, the faster this healing can unfold naturally. Because like I said, we all choose a certain family to come into. We do this healing. It's very deep. It's like my sister of light. She told me a few days ago. She said, I keep seeing the image of your father, and you have him in your DNA, and you have to go through certain things that are connected with that. And I'm thinking, yeah, why? I don't have to. It's not mine, but it is mine because I chose it on the soul level to participate in the global, the collective healing. Because it's a transmutational process of not just us, of everything, everything. Because the ethers here need to be cleansed again. There's so much clutter, like I said. There's so much lower because people forgot who they are in essence and their divinity. They forgot what unconditional love truly means. They forgot that divine love is the sacred love of all, that this is all that truly matters. When you have life issues, when you have things bothering you, and when it gets too tough and you want to push everyone away and you just think you're going to deal with everything on your own, and you have the perception that you need to go through everything alone. It's like when you push your source self away, which is all that is, and that all that is flows with you and interacts with you and co-creates with you, and you can have so much assistance. But people have been pushing and pushing away, and we're not able to communicate in the right way. Also, I think the communication is a part that needs to be really developed in the age of the new, because so many people are, even if you're loving and you're a very beautiful person, if your communication is bad, you will end up, always having miscommunication with others, because you will not develop your beautiful natural state of self-expression through integrity and unconditional love, compassion, and understanding from the higher. So the thing here is, you first, what you need to do is, if you are here and if you're part of the process, become aware that you chose it. It's happening. You cannot escape this process. A lot of the people are in the methods of self escapism, and this is not, maybe there's certain souls who choose that, which is okay. But for most of us who decide to stay here, this is not the answer. We all have bad days when sometimes we just want to, I just want to retreat into my mountains and I want to stay there and I want to live in a cave and that's all I want to do. And I don't always like that I live in the city that I've chosen here, because I feel I'm so much more in my energy in the mountains, which is true. But sometimes I just say, it's easy to be in your own energy when you're already in that space, but it's more difficult to learn how to be in your space, in your circle, even though when you're not surrounded with all that beauty and natural energies and pristine, beautiful nature that was not yet corrupted in a way, was not intoxicated. So anyway, there's a lot of toxins here still present, and they resurface on all levels. You don't have just physical toxins in your body, you have mental toxins when, your thoughts they're poisonous thoughts that don't get you anywhere. You have the emotional toxins, which is the emotions of the lower: guilt, blame, shame. I think there's a list of all the lower emotions. This woman mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. I saw this video. I don't know the whole list, but maybe you can search it on Google, I don't know. But it really isn't important, because you will know when it's a lower emotion coming from you, because you will not feel divine. You will not feel radiant and joyous and, like you can climb to the top of the mountain in just one jiffy, that you can do everything, because your divine self, how you know you're connected to it at that moment, because you will feel like literally you can do everything, because you can. But first you have to push through some of the clutter and barriers that keeps self-sabotaging you, that keeps preventing you to get there. You already are there, but the perception of all of that, because you just can't see through that clutter, is keeping you right where you are in that closed up space. So we all are learning to open our hearts through that process, and we are all learning to do that through relationships. The children of the sun rites of passage is this just the energetic thing. You get the frequencies and codes, but then you will have to live them in your physical daily life, because that is what the purification is about. This beautiful sister wrote me a message. I just tuned into my emails with the questions, and she asked me whether what I think about healing modalities, because she went to theta healing and she didn't really feel it. And she said there was no love present there, and she just doesn't feel that a technique you can be healed through, going to a certain seventh dimension, invoke the creator and just be healed. It is true, this sister already answered herself in all the writings that she's been writing about this. So the thing is, we cannot just go to a certain modality and expect to be healed. This is not a quick fix society, although it wants to be in so many ways, on so many levels. This is not a, the spirituality, the path of spirit is not this fast food restaurant. You come there, you order, and you're going to be all full. And, it's the same way in the fast food restaurant. You think you're full, but you're not. You end up, being deprived of all the nutrition, because that's a dead food. So it's the same way with a lot of the healing modalities. And also, no, you don't need a certificate or a diploma to really be a healer, because all people are healers, but they need to first, become attuned to that healer state of theirs, to that vibration, which is always inside. So declutter everything, purification of all these lower bodies, to transcend that, to become love, grace, wisdom, love, and power in action, because this is who we truly are. So this is what I think of it as well. All healing is soul healing. I made a video on that once, I think it was last year. You can watch that if you find it among my videos. I explained there, and a lot of the people who are asking me how to heal themselves, it does not work like this. It is a process. It is a process that unwinds naturally, and your soul is the one that guides you to that. Our souls are all choosing a different state of how to reach that. We have a different journey, but the goal, the destination is the same, because we're all source beings. So this is our same path. So choose what is right for you. Choose whatever methods work for you. Choose the energetic support, like these programs and invocations of the sacred fire and so many things. Choose to be in nature. That's the best support for me ever. Choose to be in nature, outdoors, out of the city where there's no pollutants as such. Choose as much as that as you're guided to. And remember, this is just the energetic support. Then you will have to be that love in action as well in your daily physical lives. Every day, every now moment. Okay, this is what I wanted to say about this. And just remember, when feelings of the lower come through, you just have to allow them to be expressed first. Expressed, embracing, allowing, and then really observing neutrally and see what they're about and what they're teaching you, what is their message, and through that message you can then let it go. So stay in flow. Much love to you all. Beautiful love. Bye.